Innovation is the prime driver for small businesses and startups with unique and distinct concepts. Advances in technological innovation are rapidly changing the way the country works. India is fertile ground for frugal technology and cultural innovation from the grassroots and upwards. And we at Leaders of Tomorrow endeavour to capture stories of entrepreneurs with passion in successful innovation.
Hello and welcome to Leaders of Tomorrow, India's only daily television program for entrepreneurs. Tonight, bringing you the fourth zone of the winning pitch, brought to you by Wadhwani Foundation, and only one of its kind reality TV program where India's most innovative entrepreneurs come together to pitch to the biggest jury and investors. This is part 2 of a special 5-part series coming to you from the Eastern Zone. 20 contestants came forward in Kolkata to pitch to the jury. Tonight, we're showing you 5 of them. Who made it forward, who didn't? Take a look.
Before we show you which are the 5 companies in this episode who presented before our jury members, here is a recap of the first 4 companies who pitched to the jury.
First is SKA. Why is this again yours? But I'm a businessman.
Help us on our journey in the Eastern Zone, we will be joined by India's biggest entrepreneurs, investors, newsmakers and game changers. Our first jury member has helped reshape India's infrastructure landscape with his game-changing ideas. He's none other than the chairman of Srei Infrastructure Finance, Hemant Kanoria. Our second jury member has bolstered the startup ecosystem by mentoring and guiding them to success. He's founder and partner at 100x.vc, Sanjay Mehta. Our next jury member is someone who is a leader and businessman who has played an integral role in the growth and success of one of India's biggest FMCG companies, introducing the managing director of SKA Advisors, Sunil Alagh. Our fourth jury member is a businessman who is always in search of the next big thing. He's the chairman of Clix Capital and founder of Genpact, Pramod, Bhasin. Our final jury member is a key driver of entrepreneurship in India through Wadhwani Foundation's program for entrepreneurs. He's none other than the Executive Vice President of Wadhwani Advantage, Samir Sathe. Our first company tonight is an online pharmacy that home delivers medicines and healthcare to semi-urban India. Listen in to the pitch by Sabse Sasta Dukaan.
A pharmacy specially curated to deliver to Bharat. By that I mean semi-urban and rural India. And in the last 1.5 years, we have delivered more than 3 lakh orders. We designed a network of relationship centers everywhere where we wanted to do business. So it's similar to a 100 square feet area, similar to a travel agency where a guy is sitting with a computer. He's doing the local promotions, and most importantly, he's giving the ordering convenience via a call, text or visit in a vernacular language with lots of trust because he's a local micro entrepreneur. We also focus on captive logistics, delivering in 1 day, easy quick returns, cash collection cycle as a business is faster for us. The customers can order via mobile app. We introduced a Hindi mobile app just the last month also. Also, the customer can order via the relationship center, and then the fulfillment hub in Kolkata delivers it to the relationship center back, and they do the last mile delivery. So essentially, the relationship center is also doing the delivery. We have seen a 5x jump in our revenue in the last 1.5 years from 3.6 crore annualized revenue to 18 crores on annualized revenue for the month of January, growing at a pace of 10% cumulative growth per month. We believe our barrier to entry is the relationship center network that we are creating at a fast pace, and also going ahead when we would be developing this into a full-fledged ecosystem, the ecosystem switching cost for the customer would be very high. we are wanting to raise $1 million for fast growth going ahead. Thank you.
Great. Over to the jury.
Previously, have you raised any round?
That was just a 10 lakh rupees.
round. So
yeah.
now this would be your first fundraise.
We are closing a current fundraise this week, and
Okay.
this would be joining the second tranche of that fundraise, because the second tranche is in the
So right now this 7 crore, is this the part
second,
of the
the second
current?
genuine fundraise. Yeah.
No, is this part of the current fundraise? Or?
No,
So how much you are raising now?
2 crores.
Okay.
So how many centers, you said that you have these centers, so how many centers do you have?
125 operational, 50 in the pipeline in the next couple of months.
So how are these centers run? Are they run by your own people? And what is the profit per center and the sales per center? Do you track that?
They are micro entrepreneurs willing to do small business in that area, looking to earn some profit, and their profit percentage generally depends on the invoicing, which happens to the customer. In certain cases 6% on the product, certain cases 15% on the high margin products, certain cases only 2%. So they generally have an expense of 6,000 to 8,000 rupees a month in those areas, and most of them are making 13,000, 15,000 or 20,000. They take some profits to their home, which in the coming times we see that increases.
It's not e-commerce, this is pharmacies.
Yeah.
You're dispensing medicine. Therefore, the sensitivity of that information is much, much higher. How do you maintain
On the supply
ethics?
side in our office, there are pharmacists sitting, vetting every order, vetting every prescription, vetting the invoice, and while delivering, checking, there's an entire process. We check and then we dispense. So most of the sensitivity is handled by our warehouse and our team instead of the franchise or the relationship center.
Okay. So if a customer has a problem, they don't go to the relationship center.
They do go to the relationship center. We generally don't see any of the complaints coming to the head office. The relationship centers are the one who help curate that problem, note it down, and then pass it to the team in a more efficient way.
Completely out of time. Thanks very much, Anish.
Our second company tonight is Krishworks, which is helping underprivileged students to learn to read, write and communicate in English by playing. Take a listen to their pitch.
In India, there are still first-generation learners who even in class 5 or class 6 are unable to identify alphabets. They hardly come to school, nor are they encouraged to do so. They get promoted year after year due to the no retention policy of our education system. We have designed an IoT protocol-based Android application software which interconnects many Android devices. This solution is used by rural women as teachers in their classroom to run technology-based English activity classes for students. The program helps many first-generation learners to learn to read, write, and communicate in English. Not only that, the students become loud and confident enough to perform on stage and deliver speeches in English in their villages. Presently, we are catering to 3,000 students in 10 districts of West Bengal across 30 centers and 1 in Tamil Nadu. We have upskilled around 200 women as teachers, and for them, we have indirectly either generated employment or caused an increase in their revenue. Along with IndusNet Foundation, we are supporting 540 girl students near Bangladesh border. Along with Aditya Birla Group, we are supporting 144 students in Rishra Hindi Vidyapeeth. We are partnering with Government of West Bengal to start smart English classes at Smart City Newtown for the students residing at the outskirts of the smart city. We are the winners of Economic Times Power of Ideas, Red Brick Summit from IIM Ahmedabad, I2I from IIM Calcutta, and the Best Startup Award from Bengal Chambers of Commerce. We have got 3 revenue models. The private school model, where we integrate our curriculum into the vernacular medium schools. The CSR model, where we help government school by attracting CSR funds. And the micro-entrepreneurship model, where we help rural youth earn money by teaching the students of his or her village through our program.
Shubhajit, we are out of time, so we go over to the jury for your questions.
Yes.
So I think one of the sheets shows here that your revenue is actually quite cyclical. It has gone up, gone down.
Yes.
Could you explain that why?
So we were at a very pilot stage those days, experimenting with various models. That's why it has risen sometimes and gone down, because there was suddenly influx of lot of centers and that's how things had happened. But things have been constant since last 8 months, where we first set up our sales model, where at the block level we put 2 salesmen and 1 trainer, and they have been able to onboard around 16 schools, which is giving us around 3,000 students. And now we are planning to replicate that model, as well as find out other models where we can study various models like LIC model, agent models, and we can expand to various parts of India.
In terms of your team, how did this whole team come together? What's your background? Whose idea was this, and how is this combination?
Yeah, sir, so we all are IT engineers. We were previously working, we had our own IT jobs. Somewhere in 2014, we were participating in this competition called Global Learning X Prize. You might have heard about X Prize, whose board members are Ratan Tata, Elon Musk. So somewhere, like, we were doing this as part-time, that is the competition, along with our jobs, okay? And we were asked to make this tablet-based software solution which should be able to self-impart reading, writing and numeracy skills to the students of the remotest areas, okay? So we competed in this competition from 2014 till 2017. We couldn't qualify the semi-finals, and that is when we realized that we should have just had one focus in life. And after we lost the competition, we quit our jobs and we entered into this mainstream.
Very inspiring.
One person told us that. I just want to ask you a simple question. What you're doing is amazing, but it's more on the lines of corporate social responsibility, because all companies will fund you because now CSR is compulsory, it's mandatory. So what you are doing is not really, in my mind, a business. I'm a little confused about, should we evaluate you in what way, is the question in my mind.
First of all, CSR money, obviously we need to support schools, but to initially bootstrap. There is a great demand for English education in the rural areas. People don't understand that. It's just a social aspiration. We are using that language to venture into other areas. There are a lot of schools coming up in rural areas, like mushrooms. They are very substandard schools. When we are integrating it, those schools have a demand. They take 300 rupees, 200 rupees as tuition fees. When our solution is going there, it is making things better for them. Obviously, CSR is a side thing for us, but it will help us initially bootstrap. But we need to reach the rural mass. We want to be the HUL, right? HUL did go to the rural areas and they have made a lot of innovation. We want to go be that.
Thank you so much. All right, let's take a quick break here on The Winning Pitch, brought to you by Wadhwani Foundation, coming to you from the Eastern Zone. Much more on the other side. Do stay tuned. Back in just a moment. Welcome back. With us here on Leaders of Tomorrow presents Winning Pitch, brought to you by Wadhwani Foundation. Tonight, we're showing you 5 of 20 contestants who've made it forward here on the Eastern Zone. Take a look at the presentations for yourself.
The next company tonight is aiming to create eggs with superior and uniform nutritive values. Take a listen to the pitch by Egos.
We are Egos. We are a brand with a promise of freshness and superior nutrition. How we do this is we follow an asset-light production integration model where we partner with a farmer. A farmer on our platform can open up a farm of capacity as low as 250 birds. We partner with them. We train them, provide them company-grown laying birds. We help them in setting up their farm with smart equipments and IoT devices. On a regular basis, we provide them poultry feed, supplements for the birds, and provide them 100% buyback guarantee. We take a data-driven approach and a process-oriented approach to keep a standardized process which a farmer can easily implement. And on the nutrition end, we do a lot of hard work in building and engineering the nutrition we are providing to the birds with customized feed, alternative feed ingredients like organic materials, which is antibiotic-free, and which is also cheaper for the farmer. On technology front, we have made several innovations. On the software front, we provide farmer with a mobile app and performance dashboards to monitor his farm and also to input all the daily activities which is happening. And on the hardware front, to keep the birds healthy and to provide a stress-free environment, we have built patent-pending modular cages, litter management system, and also various sensors IoT bundle to monitor the environmental parameters inside the farm. We currently manage 107,000 birds across Bihar, UP, and MP. Last year we did close to 3.5 crores in revenue. This year we are set to cross 8 crores. We have raised some amount of funding in the past from lead investors.
We are out of time. I'm really sorry. No, so we can go to the jury for their questions. Yeah? Thanks.
So I must say that you have articulated your case very well, so this is a good feeling. One question at this stage that I have is that from your perspective, given that you want to focus on certain regions, I believe that you are active in certain regions in India, right? From the scale point of view, if you were to really take it to not only dominance in those regions, but also take it pan-India, have you thought about really using this model as in your IP and then using it for the other poultries which are there in other parts of the country?
Yes, definitely. So what we have essentially built is a platform for a farmer to come in, plug and play and start doing poultry farming as per our standards. And in turn provide us with the end produce, which is uniform and standardized, and which we in turn sell in the market to consumers with the promise of the brand story. So right now we have farmers who are rearing as small as 1,000 birds, who has big farmers who are rearing for 40,000 birds as well. So it is applicable for all. We are focusing on North India because this is where the real gap is. This is where the consumption center is. So if we are producing in a consumption center, we are solving a real problem.
Sure.
If I look at your financials, that what you have forecasted income statement from 21 to 25 for the next 5 years. So would it be, do I understand it correctly, that would it be focused in just one particular area or a couple of states and you're not going to expand to other states? Because if you're going to expand in all the states, then you have a problem.
Yeah, so
currently we are live in Madhya Pradesh, UP and Bihar already. And we have sales channel across MP, Bihar and UP. So it makes totally sense to work in nearby states also.
Over the next 2 years, our focus is to expand as near as NCR. Then beyond that, we will start expanding to the rest of the country.
What kind of valuations you have raised money, and what are you looking to raise at what valuation, and where do you see an exit for an investor?
We are raising 12 crores as a pre-series A, and we are raising at a valuation of 70 crores. Premium.
And what's your exit? What are you?
Most probably secondary buyback for the investors, say at a seed.
Okay.
Thank you guys.
Thank you for that feedback to Egos. Thank you very much to Team Egos.
The next company is an integrated brand communication solution provider. Listen in to Tatva Creations' pitch.
I run Tatva Creations, which is an integrated marketing communications agency. But here, I'm specifically here to talk about one of our initiatives, an IP, Brahmaputra Valley Film Festival. In the last 7 years, we have achieved some great milestones. We have done about 400 plus film screenings. We have trained about 600 plus young filmmakers from Northeast. We have had visitors, like 200 plus renowned film personalities who have come and visited us in Guwahati. So we can proudly say that we have been the most consistent and the most popular film festival. We have a footfall of about 25,000 people every year. So the pitch here today is to scale up this festival so that we can do multiple screenings, we can do international, national premieres, and we have done a sub-property called the BVFF Film Caravan so that we can take it to different cities across India.
Tanushree, we're just about out of time.
Okay.
So we'll go to the jury for their questions.
What is your projection in terms of next 2 years? What's likely to happen?
That's what. So we have made a plan. So we need a fund requirement of at least 5 CR for a 5-year growth plan. So right now we are a little cash strapped to grow the property. So that's why but in 5 years we are confident that this can become a 7 to 10 CR property.
For an investor, if I may, how would you get your money back?
The investor would be getting an exit in about 5 years once they put in the money. We are planning to give equity stake in the company.
But
yes.
How will the value of that equity stake go up so that we make money?
The brand value of the IP is going to go up.
But who might buy it? How will we monetize that?
So, we are in talks with a lot of OTT platforms who want to show our movies saying curated by BVFF. We want to tap to, different filmmakers and production houses who are scouting for talent.
I think it's a wonderful thing that you're doing for this area.
Sure.
I appreciate your point that it's untapped, there's lots of gaps here,
Sure.
enormous amount of talent.
Yes.
I think what all of us are struggling with is, it needs to be a commercial vehicle which will get valuation, so I invest today and somebody will buy that investment from me.
Sure.
And it's hard for us to figure out. What we're having a hard time is...
International film festivals which have like the Cannes and the Berlin, the Venice.
But they're not owned by, they're owned by companies which have built them over a long time.
Yes, yeah.
And
so that's the plan to like scale it up over the years.
yeah.
So the brand grows, the community grows,
Sure.
so that's the
But
plan.
the chances of, in India, very few of such things have ever monetized. I think it's
But
worth
maybe
thinking about that.
We could be the first few ones.
Well, yes, why not?
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you very much.
The final company tonight is MedTel Healthcare, which is a health activation platform. Listen in to their pitch.
What we are planning is an easy access, convenience provided for health screening in conjunction with a personalized engagement through a healthcare bot, which will lead to a better behavior. We have the personalized engagement with a bot which currently runs on WhatsApp and pushes healthier behavior change. And for use case with Fortis Hospital, in 29 days, we had 1,887 screenings, out of which the hospital got around 48 patients, 48 customers who otherwise would not have gone. I mean, they were sick, but they had not detected themselves. And the cost to the hospital was only 393 rupees. With a number of private hospitals in India being 90,000, we predict a market of around 5,000 crore, out of which we're targeting around 15,000 hospitals in the next 5 to 6 years with an annual revenue of around 810 crores. We charge 10 rupees only as platform fees for the screening from our B2B clients. We go with a B2B subscription, so the healthcare provider is the one who is offering the subscription, the screening to the patients. Then coming to the go-to-market strategy, we are initially targeting bigger hospitals in metro cities. Then we slowly plan to go to smaller cities, and our main selling model is offline because it needs a lot of discussion and explaining how it works. We are seeking around 0.5 million USD, that's 3.5 crores for a scaling, for product development, and for the tech team development. Thank you.
Over to the jury for your...
What is the USP of putting a IoT? I'm not still...
Absolutely, I will try to explain this being a clinician. So when do a ECG in the ground, it gets a printout. So when do a ECG through our platform, it goes to directly to cloud, and there is just experts who can give you review, and you get a expert review within 8 minutes. So that is a requirement of IoT.
So one question, you have talked about the core use case as Fortis Hospital, if I'm not mistaken, right? In your projections and assumptions that you have done in the future, are these of similar kinds, or these are different kinds of hospitals?
The point is, Fortis was one of the primary earlier use cases, but what it actually fits better is with the smaller hospitals who do not have the money, who do not have the tech expertise to put in their own technology. Fortis and Apollo can have their app of their own. They actually have their bot, it engages with it.
Exactly. So that's the reason I asked you, because if that's not the case, then your assumptions on the pricing and the costing will change.
Actually, we are seeing greater pool from the smaller hospitals.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you very much, and all the very best.
Let's take a look at the score tally of the 5 contestants who pitched in this episode. Let's see which one of them managed to impress our jury and investors. The green light on your screen signifies an intention to invest on the part of our investors.
We are very rapidly approaching the grand finale of the winning pitch brought to you by Wadhwani Foundation, where we'll have 3 shortlisted contestants from across the 4 zones who are going to be taken forward to Silicon Valley for a chance to get funded and mentored. Before that, of course, we'll show you who the 5 contestants are who are making it forward here on the Eastern Zone. That's coming up on the rest of this episode. For tonight, it's a wrap. Thanks for watching.
Coming up on part 3 of Leaders of Tomorrow presents Winning Pitch, brought to you by Wadhwani Foundation, the next 5 companies who pitch to the jury members from the Eastern Zone.
It's fantastic.
What would your revenue model be? Every one of us, when they get a 40